First time in a long time, the Jays score 7 runs. They get a big day offensively from Marcus Semien. Problem is you allowed 10. The Jays pitching staff has been great lately, and their offense has been terrible. The one game your offense does a pretty good job, your pitching stunk. Ryu was not good at all. I think he had 3 home runs in the game today, and he only went 3 2/3. He had a really rough outing. Now, you got to give the Jays credit for battling back in this game, but moral victories in a playoff race don't get you anywhere. And they lose 10-7 to the Chicago White Sox and drop to 66-60 on the year. Lose the season series to the White Sox 4-3. And split the 4-game set against the White Sox here at Rogers Center. Now they hit the road to take on the Detroit Tigers. Remember, last time we played Detroit, it was a complete debacle. But I'm going to say this before I talk about the ballgame. These are the type of losses I'm okay with. Well, James, what do you mean? Well, I don't want to see these heartbreaks, these mental breakdowns from this team. I'd rather see them just lose 10-7. They had the offense, they just didn't get the pitching. Oh, well, it is what it is. Not this, you have a 2-1 lead late, a big error costs you lose it in horrendous fashion in extras. They're both one loss, but one hurts that much more. And today was not one of those days. But it still wasn't pretty by any means. Bottom of the first inning, Marcus Semien comes up and he belts one to left field off of Carlos Rodon. Solo bomb. Jays lead at 1-0. We're like, all right, good start here. You always want a 0 in the next half inning. You don't get that. Top of the second inning, Cesar Hernandez. Solo shot, and we're tied. Okay, well, what do they get in the next half inning? They get a 0. What happens the following inning? Luis Roberts, 2-run bomb, Tim Anderson scores. They got a 3-1 lead. The way the offense has been for the Blue Jays, that seemed like enough at the time. But then Jose Abreu goes back-to-back, and now it's 4-1. 3 home runs given up by Ryu in the first 3 innings of this ball game. And after other than the solo bomb, he was okay through the first 2 innings, but then the wheels fell off in the 3rd. And then in the 4th inning, they tried to get some more out of him, and then Lurie Garcia, it's an RBI double. In comes Cesar Hernandez and Vaughn. They're just tacking on at this point. It's a 6-1 game. And Tim Anderson, it's an RBI single. Garcia comes in to score. It's 7-1. I mean, it's a complete disaster at this point in the top of the 4th inning. And if you're a Jays fan, you're watching and saying the offense has been terrible. They have a really good pitching staff. They are up by 6. And it's not like it's the first inning. You might have a chance to crawl out. You're already in the 4th inning. And all you have is a solo shot from Semien to show for it so far. But the Jays weren't done yet. Bottom of the 5th inning, Marcus Semien, RBI single. Reese McGuire comes in to score, making it 7-2. All right, to get back into it. Problem, next half inning. Zavala hits an RBI double. Lurie Garcia comes in to score. That gets that 1 run right back. But then they added another one with Tim Anderson. Ripping an RBI single. Zavala comes in to score off of Brad Hand. The guy is flat out useless. He reminds me of a Tyler Chatwood from the left side. He goes out there and you're expecting some bad runs to cross, no matter what the score is. But they just added 2 more. It's now a 9-2 game. You're in the 6th inning. It looks over. Bottom of the 6th inning, Randall Grichuk, RBI single. Kirk comes in to score. All right, it's 9-3. Corey Dickerson, RBI ground out. Espinal comes in to score. It's 9-4. But you're still down by 5. And then Bo Bichette gets on base. Marcus Semien takes a Kopech deep to left field. It's a 2-run bomb. The Jays are right back in this game. My math could have been totally wrong. I might have been missing an RBI in there somewhere. But it ended up being 9-7. It's a 2-run ball game. Score 5 spot in the bottom of the 6th. And the Jays are right there. We keep forgetting, though. And that bullpen, the Chicago White Sox, is flat out insane. Because even though the Jays went out there in the top half of the 7th inning and had a 0, their bullpen is that good that it just locked the Jays down in the bottom of the 7th, the bottom of the 8th, and the bottom of the 9th, and it was lights out. Kimbrel, Crochet, and former Blue Jay Ryan Tepera locking it down. They didn't have Liam Hendricks today. Doesn't matter because they're still that good. And it's just incredible. That bullpen is absolutely insane. You give them the 2-run lead going into the 7th inning, it's pretty much lights out. And that's what you saw today. The fact of the matter is, and I got to give the Jays credit, they battled back. They had a 5 spot, in that bottom of the 6th inning. They got a home run off of Kopech. They did a good job crawling back into this game. But as I mentioned, moral victories when you're trying to get into a playoff run, they don't work. Moral victories stink. Especially when it's Marcus Semien, he probably won't be back next year. It's not like he's trying to pad the stats for this team next year or whatnot, or getting some awards for the Jays to improve it next season with our team, because he might not even be on this team next year. And it's leaning that way. Right, offensively, you saw Marcus Semien go 3 for 5 in the game. He scored 2 runs, had 4 RBIs and 2 bombs. He had a big day at the plate. Vladdy went 2 for 5 in the game today. Had a single in the 9th inning to kind of keep things going a little bit, but nothing doing for the Blue Jays there in the 9th inning. They end up with 10 hits in the ball game, 8 strikeouts overall. But it was a pitching staff that really, really struggled. And more or less Ryu and Brad Hand. Those are the only guys that allowed runs today. Ryu went 3 2/3, allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, struck out 4 and walked 1. It was the 3 home runs allowed that really killed him in this game. And then Trent Thornton went an inning and a third, no hits, no walks, a strikeout, so a good job from Trent Thornton. But Brad Hand can't get out of the 1 inning that he pitched. He went 2/3 an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. Is it getting close to a DFA candidate, or just like a not even use this guy unless you're blowing out a team? Then again, you were down, 7-1 at the time, so it felt very bleak. Or maybe it was 7-2 when he came out there. But either way, you're down by 4, 5, 6 runs. It felt long over. But the fact that he gave up 2 more, and we only lost by 3, it sucks even more from Brad Hand. And Taylor Cicero went a clean inning and a third. Good job from him. No hits, no walks, no Ks. A clean job. Good to see Joakim Soria back out there. 2/3 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, had a strikeout. And Trevor Richards went an inning and a third, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, a strikeout. It was a solo shot to Eloy Jimenez in the top of the 9th inning to go from a 9-7 game to a 10-7 game. And that really sealed the deal there for me. A 2-run game, well, you get 1 guy on, and then you never know. But that extra run, that 3rd run, really kind of put the cherry on top for the Chicago White Sox this afternoon against the Blue Jays. Our focus now turns. I mean, look, wherever you're sitting standings-wise, wherever you are mentally, emotionally with this team, the next series for the Toronto Blue Jays is in Detroit, taking on the Tigers. Steven Matz gets the ball. Matt Manning gets the ball for the Tigers in Game 1 of that, I believe, 3-game set at Comerica Park. It better be still called Comerica Park. It's a nice name for the field. 7:10 first pitch there tomorrow night as they open up that weekend set against the Tigers, and hopefully a much different result than the last time we played the Tigers, because that was an absolutely atrocious ball game. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not really the ball game, other than that 5-run inning, which was great, and seeing John Schneider get tossed. Lots of emotion in him, more emotion in him there than you've seen in Char Montoyo in his entire tenure as a Blue Jay. But I love to see it from John Schneider, future coach of the Toronto Blue Jays, in my opinion. That's just my take on that. And hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Go nuts in the comments below. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below as well, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, obviously today's edition, Game 1 of the series against the Detroit Tigers, starting tomorrow night, 7:10 first pitch there in Detroit, Michigan. All right, as the Blue Jays look to start their road trip off on a good note at Comerica Park. Steven Matz gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Matt Manning gets the ball for the Tigers. 7:10 first pitch there. Thank you guys for listening and watching. I screw that up every damn time. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.